Thank you. We are covering all the bases with Astros manager Dusty Baker. We start, of course, with the unfortunate news that Yordan Alvarez is on the 10-day IL. I know in sports it's always the next man up mentality, but how do you move forward without Yordan?
Well, we really don't have much choice. You can either cry over, what's happened, or we can move forward and deal with try to find a solution. Because the problem, we all know the problem without Yordan, but solution lies with us on the field and lies with the guys that are out there, trying to chip in and make up, for Yordan. I mean, it's hard to make up for those RBIs and home runs that leave the ballpark, but we can make it up in little ways, and by being better on the bases, by playing better defense, by getting some timely hitting, by grinding out at bats, and that's the main way, and hopefully we can still keep getting that pitching because we're getting good pitching. And then number one, as long as you pitch well, you got action. So, it's going to be a tough task, and we just hope that he's not out too long because when he does heal, we don't anticipate him being out so long because his stroke is so short. It's synonymous to him not having any spring training. But number one, we just got to get him well. He's going back. For MRI tonight, and hopefully, we get pretty good news.
Mauricio Dubon in left field, batting leadoff. How valuable is it to have an athletic guy like that you can kind of plug and play different places and that's willing to do that?
Well, it's very valuable. And, this guy, he's probably outside of Yordan, he might be our MVP up to this point because of what he's done, when we needed him. And tonight he's in left field because the need for us to have a leadoff man. You got to have somebody to start your engine. And right now, Jose isn't quite Jose. And so, you're going to put him in a position, hopefully the pitcher's on the stretch, that makes it easier for him to, to get his stroke and find it. So it's very important. We're gonna move him around. I got 3 other left fielders too that I'm trying to keep sharp and trying to contribute, but I'm just trying to use the best lineup that I, have available and keep everybody rested and strong.
What do you hope Yainer Diaz can pick up and learn from Maldi regarding, preparing with pitchers and all of that?
Well, there's a lot of things. Pitch selection, pitch calling, situation. Like noticing when the pitcher is running out of steam, you got to give him a timeout, or noticing when the pitch clock is running down. There's a lot that goes into, the position of catcher. Everybody looks at the hitting, everybody looks at the throwing, this and that, but it's, that's my field general. And right now he'd be probably one of the youngest field generals that there is out there, or the least experienced field general. So we're trying to put him on an accelerated course, learning curve to learn his trade, and his potential is unbelievable. Just still has some things to learn, but he's doing better.
Christian Javier on the mound today. He is so stoic. He's able to stay calm, cool, collected. I know you've been in the game for a long time. How impressive is he?
Well, he's very impressive. This guy, he is stoic now. But that's part of his calmness and demeanor. I don't know what he's like on the inside, but externally he looks very calm. But the thing about it is, we seem to win when he's on the mound. For whatever reason, part of it's him, part of it's us, and part of us is us working together. The one problem that they pose tonight is that teams tend to run on him, and so like I said, if he can make them earn it, not walk them, they're a little tough to stop him because he's a little slow to the plate and then deliberate, and so just got to change it up and just try some things to help him out.
All right, last question. We're in Cleveland, obviously home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What's your favorite story involving a rock and roller that you can tell on camera?
Well, I don't know. I went to see Elvin Bishop, quite a few times, and hung out with Elvin, and then I tell you, Red Hot Chili Peppers, took us all backstage.
Really?
Yeah, in Minnesota. That was like we were about 10 yards away from them. And that's strange that you mentioned Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's one of my favorite places that I visited. I don't know if it's called a museum or whatever, but I tell you, I took my son. He was younger, and I knew every song. He said, "Dad, you know every song?" And I'm like, "Well, almost." And I felt like I was walking through my life, in the 50s and in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s, and I'm gonna stop on the 90s. But it was. I really, really enjoyed going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I suggest anybody that comes to Cleveland need to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'm going tomorrow. I'm excited.
Are you?
Yeah.
Go ahead on, girl.
Thanks, Dusty.